going back and forth. I'm not a debater, deal with righteousness. I'm here for something greater. Fam, keeps it real cause we deep like the equator. Honor the ancestors, show love to the creator. Stay woke, cause life ain't no joke. I stay woke, and trying to get shot or poke. I stay woke, never give a damn about black folk. Whether you young or old, it's the same damn road. Stay woke, cause life ain't no joke. I stay woke, and trying to get shot or poke. I stay woke, never give a damn about black folk. Whether you young or old, it's the same damn road.
Barring technical difficulties, we're gonna have a nice discussion today. Shout out Miss Purple Line, Sanja in the building. Shout out all my peoples. All right, so we're here with Simone. We're gonna drop it. We're gonna get into it a little bit. Send out the live first. You guys send out the live so we can make sure that everybody's here for this conversation, because we're talking about black money. We're talking about business sharing, income sharing, and a lot more. Okay, so send out a live. We here. This is Emancipation Station, and you've reached just in time. So thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for having me here.
No, because I mean, I see you a lot around the community at black events, and you're very involved. And I see that, you know, like you're. What are some of the groups or like, you know, events that you're involved with?
Okay, so yeah, that's a good question there. So we have mentioned Taste of Congo.
Yes.
Taste of Congo is an annual event. I'm involved in some of the planning for that. And then we have Black Queens Unite Worldwide. For the events, a managing member. And we also have Black Women's Business Boost. So out of Black Women's Business Boost, we've had workshops, and then we also have Mama Cry Sankofa. Mama Cry Sankofa is a musical and cultural series, and that's running right now. And it's a class for specifically Black queens, which is really Black women.
Where is it? Where's that?
That one is at Now Valley.
Oh, Now Valley Bookstore.
Yeah.
A staple in our community. If you're in the east end of the city, Now Valley Bookstores on Kingston Road. Look it up. Check them out. You all the info you need. Any book that you probably seen any lecturer or black leader talk about, you find it there, right?
That's right. Oh yeah, for real.
Right? If you're in the West End, it's Knowledge Bookstore. You know what I'm saying? Just in case, you know what I mean?
On the other pole.
Right?
We have you covered.
East to west.
That's right.
Right?
And even in the middle, there's the next one.
Different book lists. You gotta go downtown.
Right.
That's the one I always knew. Shout out Different Book Lists. They kept me black through elementary school, high school. When I was like, I don't want to read this, and then find your own book. Okay, I'm gonna come with a black book. Bam, Different Book List.
Yeah.
You know, university reading. You know, they got the binded books and all that stuff for your you know, notes and stuff. So yeah, all these black bookstores are vital to our, you know, because they said if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's just where we're at right now in 2021. A lot of these books are expensive too, right?
Some of
a lot of the knowledge books, you know, stuff on the pineal gland, stuff on ancient history, you know.
Well, I put it this way: it's a treasure, right? So if we're willing to buy certain treasures from a mine, like gold, diamonds, things like that, we're willing to wear them, we save up our money, or we make our money anywhere we're going to make it, right? For some of that jewelry, people don't realize that the books are precious.
Yeah.
Right? When you go into them, it's like going into a mine and pulling out treasure. So some of it is actually worth it, but again, finances always come into play when we're trying to build ourselves in our community. So that's very true.
I mean, understanding the value of a book versus the value of jewelry, that plays into financial literacy in our community, right? And yeah, what are your thoughts on financial literacy because okay, so we have the black community, and like there's middle class black people, and then you have black people in the hood under the poverty line. Okay, so like talk about, like, you know, those diverse populations and what happens financially with them.
Okay, well, where I come from in terms of the conversation is in terms of a community, a collective, right? So you mentioned about classism. That's real. And the thing is, it's not just from, say, our colonial homes, say in the Caribbean or in Africa, but you have it right here in our local area, in Canada, in Toronto, in different cities, you can see it. The gap happens when, you know, there's certain things that can be met with the finances that the family has, or they don't have the finances, right? And it widens from there based on how much they're making, what kind of job they're able to get, the expenses that they incur because of what they're doing. From what little I know that when it comes to the poverty line, it's very subjective. It depends on where you are in the culture, and there's like a basket. There's a basket, not a real basket, but basically...
Mental basket?
Yeah, it's a basket to determine what is poverty. You know, those are the essential things that people would need to say they've arrived to a certain level, right? So in some places, that basket may be filled with different things, depending on what's available and what's really of interest, right? Here now, if somebody doesn't have enough money for a smartphone, you may say that that's the line is drawn, right? Because there's certain things that you have to do with a smartphone, whereas before, maybe that wasn't needed. Internet access, having a computer, you know, some years ago that wasn't a necessity. In some countries it may not have been a necessity, but now, you know, not having those items in your basket could cause you a lot of constraints and repercussions to be able to meet certain bills or certain, you know, commitments that you have. So, you know, the basket changes constantly, and we as a community, we're having to keep up. Now, there's some people that can.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so they're just fine with that. They're moving forward. They're getting, you know, there's an education level that they've achieved. There's a level of luck to it as well. There's hard work. But one thing in this country is you could work very hard all your life and still be below the poverty line when you reach retirement. So these are just some things I'm throwing out to kind of get the minds of the people going, because really, we live it every day. If you're living here, wherever you're living, you live it every day. You see the challenges and you see how your income is, you know, meeting your expenses. From the time your income cannot meet your expenses, there's a bit of trouble going on.
You're in poverty.
Yes.
If your income is less than your expenses, you're in poverty, for sure.
Yeah.
What's some of your experiences with the classism, and like, you know, a lot of people think that you know, they move out the hood, they get a house in Brampton, and some people feel like they're Pickering, you know, and some people feel like they're struggling even more. Like, why did they leave the subsidized housing to come work hard and be check to check, you know, not enough in the fridge, just paying the rent, just paying the mortgage, you know what I mean? What do you think about those things?
And again, a lot of the information I learned is actually from community activities. So there was a community activity, I believe it was with I think it had to do with the Black Farmers. It's either the Black Farmers Collective or African Food Basket.
African Food Basket.
Right, with the brother Zola.
Yes, Zola,
right. So that they were involved in that, and there may have been other affiliations too. I know I saw some of the elders there as well teaching. So what I learned there, and they have this data available, is that some of the most vulnerable are homeowners. They have the home.
Yeah.
So they achieved you know, they have their house, a single thing house, but they're suffering on the inside.
Yes.
Because they don't have access or enough money to pay for food, you know, to pay for that mortgage from month to month. And you can actually have a situation where you have these individuals, families that are struggling in homes and having less access to their basic needs. So there's so many reasons for that, right? It can have to do with planning. It could have to do with illness, unforeseen things that happen to you.
Yeah.
But really it has to do, and again, I'm no expert in this area at all, I'm still navigating that myself, but it has to do with, at the end of the month, do you have enough money to pay for the expenses, right? Now, some of those things you can switch around, and you have financial planners and all of that for that. You know, I encourage people to seek out programs that may be funded, that you can take based on, you know, your target group. You may be a senior, you really want to get a hold of some retirement planning. It's never too late.
Yeah.
Or, you know, through ethnic groups. There's different groups out there. I'm not going to call all of them by name because I really don't know what programs each one has, but that's something where you can check for resources based on you being from the Caribbean or African community. You want to check and see also the libraries. Go to the libraries and see what programs they have, because acquiring knowledge on these things will put you in a better standing, because then you can change habits, right? Because some of the thing has to do with habits, and it's not easy to transition from one stage to the next, right? Every time we elevate, we have to learn new things. But, you know, there's some things that are really out of our control in a society like this, where there's inflation, you know, there's a pandemic. There are things that people did not necessarily plan for, and even with sharing, you're getting an emergency money builder built for you, so that in a time of need, if you need something, without any need of credit check, 0 interest, it's there for you, right? This is a way. We have to have a multifaceted approach as to how we're going to restore ourselves.
Can't just be one way, right?
No.
Because it was a multifaceted approach to our demise.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I love... If you guys have any comments, any questions, put them out in the comments right now.
Get this off the screen. Yes. So we talking about this black, we talking about business income sharing, alright? And that's for everybody, not just black folk. We using all type of businesses, because there's some things we can't get, and we gotta get it from other people's, you know what I'm saying? So, but we still here for the black, you know what I'm saying? It's still Fam TV, you know what I'm saying? It's still Simone, it's still Jay, we still here. Shout out prisoner support in the building.
Doing big things, man. We always doing big things. All us community people, we gonna get together just now. Fam Jam's coming up, September 12th. Fam Jam concert series. Just in, we got headliners. You know what I'm saying? Fearless African Music is gonna be performing. You know, Governor's gonna be performing. A lot of different people. You know what I'm saying? Holla at me, Chiffy. Where the chipster at? You know? So, and all these artists, all these industry people, they all can benefit from this program.
Oh, yes.
You know? Because microphones, equipment, you know? So any item, no matter what it is.
Any item, any service, any product you need, you make the request through there, you're getting money back when you use your shopping list and you make a selection. Awesome. Right? So there will be black-owned businesses there. There will be other businesses there. The point is, you make your choice based on what you need. From that list, you're going to get money back on your completed transaction. Awesome. And you have those other tools that will be built for you. And just, actually, let me mention this before we get into it, you know, on another turn. But right now, we have a free $50 e-gift package for everyone who does the free sign-up form online on the business income sharing. You would just put SimHoney as your referral code, and you will get that $50 package, and that is a free e-gift card package for you.
And where do they go to get that?
They're going to go to businessincomesharing.com. They're going to complete the sign-up form, and it will ask for the referral, and the referral is Sim Honey.
Sim Honey. S-I-M Honey.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't know how to spell honey, Google it. Yes. So I mean, as we put all of this together, all this understanding together, I mean, what are some of your hopes that like? I know like a black bank, a bank would be good for us. What other type of institutions or financial entities can come out of this? Can you know?
Well, let's put it this way. This has never been done before. You know, having the customers now having a relationship that is almost that we see as a partner as well, right? You're getting back. So it's like the middle man is usually like the investor.
Yeah.
But, you know, well, with business income sharing, you're going to have that opportunity to get back for the purchases that you do. Now, when it comes to our community, there's always building that's necessary.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And there's people out there doing it. They're building the bridges, they're building whatever infrastructure they need to do. They're looking to see where is the need for a solution, and they're finding a way. But until we get to that place where we're on our own feet, we have to be able to use, we're in a system right now. So we have to be able to maximize, right? And that's why I said it's maximizing the benefits of business income sharing for the black community. Maximize it. Why wouldn't you want to be there and get money growing for you?
Facts.
Just from shopping.
I mean, I can just think of the two reasons why you'd want to be involved in this right now is, number one, if you don't have your vaccine, you're not going to be able to just walk into stores soon. You know what I'm saying? And if you're holding yourself down, you're going to have to be able to make your own money and spend it according to how you make it. You're not getting every 2 weeks paycheck. If you're like me, you have your own business, right? So your money comes into how hard you hustle. So that should also reflect how you shop.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Yeah, and then also you mentioning that is the social aspect of what we're doing. The Emergency Money Builder. Now we're partnered with Emergency Money Builder, right? And that is something that I know from experience is so important. I mean, the fact that it's zero interest, the fact that there's no credit checks, the fact that it's there with your name on it growing. Once it passes 100, you can pull from it. You can pull from it anywhere in the world where you are, you know? And the payment back is 1/10 of what you took out, either weekly or bi-weekly.
Okay.
So you make the arrangement. I mean, just to be able to have a tool like that for our community. I don't know about you.
Sounds like reverse tithing. It sounds like the 10% when we did give the church.
Oh my.
We want it back. We want back the 10% when we didn't give the church. All the offerings that I gave, I want back the 10%.
But the wonderful part of it is all you're doing is you're shopping. You're doing the usual.
The regular thing you're doing, except you're getting paid for it.
You're getting money monthly.
Yeah. And I mean, even if it's 16 cents, that's 16 to 0 that you were getting before. And I'm sure that 16 cents builds up. 16 cents per item, and you have $200 worth of groceries. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm sure that it's a mickle make a muckle.
Right.
I know, that's my Canadian version
Okay,
of the Jamaican saying.
Right. I mean, if we could go into, and I don't want to take up too much time with that, but when it comes to the community aspect, which is just getting out of, let's say we're all doing, making this income, accumulating this income in virtual wallets while we shop, which is what we normally do. When St. Vincent and the Grenadines had their volcano eruption,
Yes.
I mean, that
They
stopped
needed that.
everything. Now imagine if the community here in the diaspora had Emergency Money Builder accounts.
Yes.
And you know, there's a like an instant need for a sum of money. Now, if you have to pay money, I mean, I could even go back to the car. You know, if your car breaks down and you need to do an $800 fix,
Yeah.
you put $800 towards your car. For most of us, right? And we're talking about community again, and that's where I think it's very important to think of the bigger picture of the community rather than just where you are.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's a whole other area where the collective thinking, you know, community thinking is where we want to go back to rather than the individualistic, right? So this is really about community and collective. If you have an $800 issue with your car, taking that chunk of money in the month to pay for the car repair could displace you in terms of maybe
Rent.
mortgage or rent
Yep.
or buying food or
Yep.
something that your child needs. Again, emergency money builder is there. A big disaster.
Yeah, how does it work? How does emergency money work? Because
Oh.
so am I putting money in
No,
and then
no, it's
so,
just from the shopping that you do.
so that the little change that I'm making off
So
of the shopping?
Every month we do all of that for you. So business income sharing, an emergency money builder, what happens is when you do your purchases through business income sharing, the monthly sharing goes towards your wallet to grow free money, which is kind of the, if you think of air miles, right? You shop and they ask you, do you have air miles?
Yeah.
If you do,
Yeah.
then you're accumulating something. With us, you're accumulating money, right?
Not points.
No, not points. We do it the money, and we let you know. We let you know monthly what the percentage is. You can see it in your wallet. All of that is there, very transparent. Now, at the same time, we're putting money aside for you in the emergency money builder.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So it's all together. So once you sign up, you're
It's-
just gonna be accumulating.
It's two separate sites, but you
Okay.
do the sign up. So two separate sites that you would check. You have two separate wallets. So you would do, but we'll send you information. The first sign up form is for business income sharing. And then on the site, it tells you about emergency money builder. You set up that, and then you go from there. You have your two wallets growing.
Okay.
And the part of the free $50 e-gift package is $25 to go into your, it's a gift for you to put into your emergency money builder. So we're
Okay.
giving away $25 to everyone to build their emergency money builder. And then from there, it's just going to grow and grow and grow. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to take out of your pocket and say, I'm sending to this
Nobody, yeah,
place or
yeah.
that. No, you just shop.
It's just
You
there.
need some shoes? Shop for it.
And
Via
then just check your
business
account.
income sharing.
And then check on your account.
Right. Exactly.
Yo, listen, thank you so much for dropping this knowledge on us. We definitely needed it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out all my peoples in the chat.